I thank the member for Chisholm for the question. Somebody who, before she came here, was fighting for people's wages to get moving and continues that fight now she's here as a member of parliament. We're delivering this week on exactly what we said we'd do, which was that we would get wages moving after a decade where they had been kept deliberately low. When those opposite and anyone wants to talk about cost of living deals with both prices and wages. And when wages are stagnant, people don't have a chance in being able to keep up. The first action when this government was elected was to put in the submission to the annual wage review. Those opposite were outraged when the Prime Minister during the election campaign answered that one word, absolutely, as to whether he would support pay rises for the lowest paid. But those opposite couldn't even bring themselves to support $1 an hour for the lowest paid. They said it'd be economy wrecking. They said it'd be a disaster. They said leave it to the experts. And what did the experts say after the government had put in a submission? They agreed and they said absolutely as well. This week we will introduce the Secure Jobs Better Pay Bill. This week we will make sure that we get wages moving for people who rely on the bargaining system as well. Enterprise bargaining has always been the best way to both get wages moving and to be able to get productivity outcomes. Those opposite don't want bargaining. Those opposite don't want to see wages get moving. And why? Because for them, it's always been a deliberate design feature to keep wages low. Now, they haven't read the legislation yet. The only words of the legislation they're sure of is the name, Secure Jobs Better Pay. And that was enough for the Leader of the Opposition to say vote against it. Can't have that. Secure Jobs Better Pay was enough for it to be vetoed. And that's because at least they're being consistent. In opposition, they are intending to do exactly what they did in government, which is to suppress wages, to try to prevent wages from going forward, to try to prevent there from being improvements in people's pay. The Leader of the Opposition had a moment of clarity when he said, with reference to the government, they've been elected to make a bad situation better. Well, he's right. They left us with a bad situation. He's right. Wage stagnation for a decade has been a terrible outcome for households. This government's determined to make that better, and if those opposite don't support secure jobs or better pay, they should continue on their current course.